Honestly, I think I'm probably gonna end up having to move soon because this whole thing with that back there and that back there, I don't know about you guys, but it's getting a little drab. So I'm either gonna have to find some new filming locations. I can film like while I'm on the toilet or something. I would hope you guys aren't into that shit. Pun somewhat intended, but I need some new ideas because I don't know. Anyways, aside from the background getting boring, I actually have a very engaging 4th gen Yu Yu match here. It was versus someone, according to the file name, was by the name of Rematch or something of the sort, I think was your stream name. If it was you, just go ahead and post a comment. But we'll go ahead and play back right now. It's pretty sweet. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. Just your regular Yu Yu stuff. He's gonna lead with an Amber Bomb. I think I end up leading with my Mismagius. I think predicting an Amber Bomb. And I'm going to go ahead and set up the sub because I know he's probably going to want to fake out or U-turn or something like that. And then it turns out that this ammo comment not only is slower, it runs taunt. So I get my sub up first. And I don't know, it's just an adamant calm. And you really don't see that often because of, situations like this. So Hidden Power almost brings it down to the sash. And then he decides to go for the U-turn, which I think breaks my sub owing to... Oh, that was just regular damage. Wow, okay. So he's going to go out to his Dunsparce right now, and knowing that I can't taunt, and I know Dunsparce is pretty notorious for going for T-Wave and stuff like that, so I want to go to my Melodic so I can get the Marvel skill going. But he actually goes for the Shadow Ball right after that, which I find kind of unexpected, I guess. I mean, Serene Grace is nice to get the 20% chance of the Spec D-drop. But I was going out to get a T-Wave, and quite frankly, I think I do end up getting a T-Wave later, and that comes in really handy. But I decided, I want to get some damage in because you saw how much he did with Shadow Ball. It's not going to be that much, so I might as well, go with Surf, go with my stab move, and get some good things going. He brings out his Dunsparce again, goes for the T-Bolt, and I'm thinking with -1, it'll do a decent chunk, and it does probably around half, and I do get my parry here, which is great. I mean, he does have the Serene Grace for it, so he would get it, but I actually value my Marvel skill more than my own speed on my Melodic, so whatever, that seems to work out okay. Now that I know I have -1, and I'm thinking he's locked into Thunderbolt because he has Choice Specs, well, he might have Choice Specs, but I'm thinking if he was going to be locked in anything and he wanted to switch out, or he did switch out, it makes sense that he'd be locked in because of Specs. English. Oh, shit. Okay. So, he brings in his Heracross here, and I just crit that thing. I'm not even gonna... My Leafeon is just so angry right now, doesn't even want to deal with Heracross, and that's really cool. So, he brings out his Dunsparce again. I don't know whether or not I can one-hit KO with Leaf Blade because I'm not boosted, and I'm thinking Dunsparce is actually a little bit bulky. So, I'm gonna go out predicting... I don't know what I was predicting, but if he went out to it, he more than likely had the Fire move, and I thought at the moment that they might have gotten Flamethrower or Fire Blast or something of the sort, so I went back to Melodic. Turns out he had a Flamethrower, did like nothing. I'm going to go ahead and recover on the switch as he goes to Toxicroak, I guess expecting me to go on the offense right off the bat. He's going to go ahead and set up a sub. I don't want him sub-punching or anything of the sort, setting up Swords Dances behind the sub, so I'm going to stay in here and break it as much as I can. I know that even though... He is faster, I should still be able to keep breaking subs, and I'm guessing he keeps subbing down waiting for a para, and he does get the para finally, which is, that kind of sucks. And he does turn out to be a sub puncher, which you don't really see too often, but I have my Marvel Scale, and you're going to see how much a stab focus punch from a Toxicroak does. So let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? He hits the punch, I'm supposedly going to get hit with all of that, and it does about a third of my health. Thanks to Marvel Scale. I'm not even invested in defense, and that's just wicked awesome. So, I take it like a champ, and he decides he doesn't want to play that game, so he switches out. I do get parried. I did go for the Surf, expecting him to switch out again, knowing that damage. But I guess he expects me to switch out to Leafeon, expecting the T-Bolt, and he goes for the Ice Beam, so a bit of an over-prediction. And I get another parry. So, I'm just completely crippled in here. He's going to go out expecting the Surf again, and I do not get parried on this turn, which would have been beautiful if I did, but I don't, and I just end up giving him back all of that sub-health, which is kind of stupid. Anyways, he's going to set up another sub, try to go for some more focus punch action, I guess, or try to get set up behind the sub. It's been a while since I've seen this match, so it'll make sense in a little bit, I guess. But in the meantime, we're just sitting in here. I'm just tanking this whole thing out. And he's gonna switch out. I honestly barely remember any of this match. It's just a bunch of scrambling between Dunsparce and Toxicroak, and I'm not really enjoying it. But I nail an Ice Beam, and I'm the one that hacks him because I get the freeze on him. Because I guess Serene Grace boosts it for both people, and he stays frozen, so that's great. I'll take him out with another Ice Beam. Whether or not he wants to, if he wants to switch out, then, you know, good for him. But I took out the Dunsparce finally, so thank God, right? Anyways, he goes into a Weezing. I know he's probably going to have special moves, or he's going to go for the Explosion. I figured this was the best thing I had to take either, and his T-Bolt doesn't really do that much, so I'm just going to sit in here and, you know, tank it out. Take it out as I always do. And, does about half. It's going to be 3-hit KO. I'm not really concerned with that at all because I do have my Spec D at neutral, and I can always recover off this damage that he does to me, you know, provided I don't get a paralysis right now. But fortunately I don't. I do manage to take off the, or get off the Ice Beam. I went for the Ice Beam, I think, predicting the switch to Toxicroak again, because I can't really go for Surf until I take that thing out. It's not really so much of a threat as it is a major inconvenience, because you saw how much the fucking Focus Punch did. It didn't even really do that much. I could just recover it off. Speaking of recover, I wanted to do it right there, but he just ends up pain splitting, gets back a little bit of health, I guess. Doesn't really, whatever. And I get paralyzed right here. So I've been surprisingly calm for how many times I've been paralyzed in this match. I guess I really just don't remember it, otherwise under normal circumstances I'd be raging my face off. Anyways, I expect to fodder out right here, so I think I'll just stay in, and I'm getting way too paralyzed way too often, so I don't feel like playing that game at all. Decided to go out to Gardevoir here, because I know I can easily scare him off with Psychic, because I'm faster and all that. And he goes into his Toxicroak for some reason to take the Psychic, which is weaker to it, and I don't know, I guess he really didn't see much of a use for Toxicroak. And the one thing I wanted to get killed in order to have use for Melodic, I ended up killing after Melodic died, so that's fan-fucking-tastic, you know how it goes. He's gonna go for the Flare Blitz. I did not expect him to be faster. I wasn't really too familiar with base speeds, but as I mentioned, he did turn out to be faster. Took me out, at least took a decent amount of recoil in the process, and there's no way I could have burned it to get some Will-O-Wisp going. But I know he's locked into Flare Blitz, so I expected him to switch out, and I don't really remember what it was at the time, but I thought he was locked in at the moment, so I went for Flare Blitz because I thought he was choiced or something like that. But I just ended up giving him the Flash Fire, which is kind of stupid. This whole bit right here is just stupid because I misclick a bunch with Blaziken, and it's just it's ridiculous. Anyways, I know Weezing likes carrying Flamethrower or Fire Blast, so I go to my Blaziken to take either one. But although I can take a hit from him, I can't deal one out to him. I mean, I can go for Flare Blitz, which I think I ended up doing, and I completely forgot about the Flash Fire and gave it to him again. So, whoop-de-fucking-do right there. I go out to Leafeon, I guess expecting him to go for Thunderfang. He actually goes for Extreme Speed, which is good. I should be able to take it. Alright, I can't really hit it too hard. I think I might end up going for Synthesis or Leaf Blade here. I don't really understand why I went for the Leaf Blade, but whatever. I guess I was fishing for a crit. Go figure. Anyways, I think the score at this point is 3-2, so I'm just going to go for another Leaf Blade, expect to fodder out and get hit by a Fire Blast. Didn't do that much at all. He hits me with a T-Bolt instead. I guess he just... Actually, that doesn't even take me out too. Wow. It has really been a while since I've seen this match. But I go yet again for another Leaf Blade, and that just doesn't get the job done. Kill myself off from Life Orb. There's not really much to be said about this match. It's just very straightforward in terms of my portion, but he's just scrambling around it everywhere, you know, trying to find a niche, and I've actually worn down his pokes enough to the point where my Mismagius can come and take out his Weezing, and he can't hit me with Extreme Speed, and I thought he was Scarf for some reason, but he's not. So I can just finish him off from here with a Stab Shadow Ball, and that's going to be a good game. I distinctly remember this match in general, like actually having this match and the Dunsparce and the whatnot, and I remember it was a lot of fun afterwards, so that was a good game. I got plenty more 4th gen matches coming up. Other thing, I'm not sure if you guys saw my edit to the last video, but my teacher actually did let me challenge the course in one 90-minute exam. It was fucking ridiculous, but I think I done alright. And not much else to talk about. This is probably, I'm recording this on Tuesday. We'll put it up on Wednesday. I might record another one after this, and I'll put that up on Friday or something. I haven't really decided, depending on my mood. And we'll just go off of that. I think I do have something coming up on Friday, so I can go ahead and record that or whatever. And I don't know, I'm rambling at this point. It'll make more sense in the near future. So, stay tuned.